around the outside of my base, but I picked a planet with skull green storms, so we're going to go inside and how to make some easy money. First off, I've got some batteries set up. I'm going to be deleting these. No longer need them, as you can see. I've got 2700 KP available, only using 936. And I got a lot of battery storage, so I can reduce some of that. And I'll show you why I don't need solar cells or batteries anymore. Nutrient processor, mainly I use this for getting some free nanites by making mystery meat stew and delivering it to the dude on the anomaly. So that's pretty easy to make. As you can see here, I'm sitting on 1.778 billion credits, 133,000 nanites, and some quicksilver. Still working on unlocking my living ship. That's what these things are in my inventory. Alright, so we're going to go over here and make bread and butter of this making money issue. Basically you need at least 2 large refiners, or you can set up 3 or 4 medium refiners. I just do 2 large because I eat breakfast and such while I do the active part of this money making scheme. So we're going to head out the long way because I got lost inside my own base. Up here is this has some plants growing. It's not part of the video today, but you can use the plants for various recipes, making glass, etc. This way. That way. So again, I got trade terminal, more batteries, portal, a very fancy bedroom. As in fancy, not really. What we wanted is in the next room. Again, that's where you can set how your character looks. Meeting conference room. And this is the bread and the butter of the making process. 3,000 magnetized ferrite. This is not the money making. This is just for construction and my own use. So you can see it takes 6 hours and 22 minutes to fill 11,200. And this is the money maker. Oxygen. Why oxygen, you say? Funny you should ask. I'll put this in the exosuit. And we'll show how we're getting the oxygen. So basically we've got a supply depot. And then if you follow the production line and power lines, again I'm running these power lines to for farmers that are set up. I could run some more and I could get a higher production, but I actually find this to be just about enough for me in a small scale operation. So I have, what, 5? I could put a lot more. It's let's see what class this is. This is an S-class gas lab, so I could really put a lot more. You could stack them up pretty high and get a lot of oxygen and storage. And that's just time and effort. And I will do that eventually, I'm sure. The main issue with that is just time. As you can probably hear in the background, I've got my toddler watching Clifford the Big Red Dog while eating. And she might wake, require me at any moment, so I don't have a whole lot of time. Alright, so we go inside now. This is the portal, which is quicker. Upstairs to my refinery. And how you lay this out isn't very important. What is important is this next part. So basically what I have, right now we've got at least one full stack. We'll just use that for now. And I got some chlorine in storage. And this is how you're going to make the money, is the chlorine. And what's awesome about it is the ratio. So usually what I do is I have 2 stacks of chlorine and 2 stacks of oxygen. Put the full stack of oxygen, full stack of chlorine, which I think I already passed. Yes, I did. There we go. So 2 full stacks, oxygen, chlorine. You're going to see it's going to take 4 minutes to process. So what I'll do is I'll come over here, I'll have both these refiners going, and I'll be eating my omelet, drinking my coffee, catching up on Star Citizen videos from Gamer or Noobifier, catching up with No Man's Sky videos from people like Jason Blaze, and then I'll keep an eye on this chlorine count. Basically, when it gets to about 90%, come in here, take the chlorine out, and I'll pop it in my starship. The reason I do that is so that in my starship, I can keep an eye on the stacks. And then usually, I'm having a full stack of chlorine in each one of these, 2 stacks of chlorine, I will end up with this entire row filled up with chlorine, and about that much of the second row filled up with chlorine, which is easily about 75 million credits in just one sale. And I could do this 3 times a day, so figured out, half a billion in one day. Do this over a couple of days, and you hit the cap of, I think it's 3.4 billion credits. So again, it's not quite as efficient as an active active iridium farm, but it's a lot easier because you're going to find chlorine and oxygen in a lot more places, and you only need 2 stacks of chlorine, because from those 2 stacks you just keep 2 in your bank, and the rest of them you sell. And the ratio that this produces at, 1 chlorine becomes 6. So out of 1 stack of chlorine you get 6, so you get a total of 12 stacks from 2 stacks of chlorine. And then the oxygen farm is giving you all the oxygen you need to keep the process going. So it's an easy way to just literally print money. The only thing it costs you, again, the farm's building up the chlorine and the oxygen while I'm sleeping, while I'm working, while I'm spending time with the kid, whatever. And then I just come in once in a couple of days, and boom, there we go. Now I also have, let's stop this for now, so I can do the rest of the video. Let's put it back in the starship. Talking to myself because I'm a little crazy. Show you the rest of this build, why it works so well. So you've got that, of course. So you got the supply depot. You got where the mining is happening. And then let me show you where the power is happening. So again, what I've done is I use lights for 2 reasons. One, I start at the base and I set a light down. Go a little ways. Set another light down. Go another little ways. Set a light down. Ignore the poisonous plant. And just keep going all the way down. And what this does is it extends your base to then allow you to exceed the, I think it's 1,000 units for building. Are you really gonna chase me? Good. Giant new plant. And over here, way far away, I have an electromagnetic hotspot, which is only a C. These obviously, just like ships, go from C to B to A to S. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these generators, each one producing about 210 kps. Averaging out. If you stack them up, you get better production, but I just slapped them down real quick late at night. So as you slap these in here, these all produce electricity, and you run the cables back using lights, which, yes, you can put underwater. There's one underwater there. So the line runs over the lake, light to light, all the way back to the base, to then power my base, to keep my base running, to keep the magnetized ferrite mine going, and to keep the oxygen mine going 24/7. So even when the lights are out, the base is still powered. So I no longer really need all the solar panels and batteries that I originally have set up. I haven't deleted them because you never know when they might change the game mechanics, and maybe supply depots will start using electricity. But right now, the mining portion only takes 50 power each, and then so really that's not too bad or too expensive. power-wise. And of course I got the 6 landing pads and everything else and all the rest of the structure. I have 6 landing pads just for fun, so I can have all of my ships on, or I can have friends come visit, etc. This is the first base I built in No Man's Sky, and I'll take you to my second one now. Again, what makes the money work is having 2 stacks of chlorine and then having oxygen farm to provide your oxygen. To then take that 1 stack of chlorine and making it 6 stacks. So you keep 1, sell 5, and 1 stack of chlorine. It depends which the market is. So if you're somewhere that you just recently sold, it might be minus 80%. So you want to pay attention to that. But most places you go that are 3 stars, 2 to 3 stars, will give you plus 5 or 6%. So you can make some decent money really quick just doing that. Just to see what chlorine's like in this system. And I imagine it will sell pretty low here. I don't have any chlorine on my person, do I? Well, it might not be bad. It might be about minus 3% or something like that. So again, this is this base, which is pretty simple. You come in, you sell, got a couple of batteries. Again, I don't need them. So you got here, I'm producing 1.4K using 8.5, and I got some storage as well. This base has got another additional load on it. So again, in here I got these standing planners for free and easy carbon. These are handy to have. It's literally free. Running through my base, grab some carbon. Refinery, more carbon. Tree, you were not here when I built all this, but whatever. You're fine there. So over here we've got, heading off in the distance, you'll see some more supply depots, and these lead to another base. Going back here, where you guessed it, copper. You didn't guess it, did you? So again, the copper is here to help with production. So I'll just slap this into my container inventory. Can never have enough carbon. And the other side of storage is oxygen. So this one is currently taking 6.5 hours to fill up 12.2. So basically 1.5 stacks for this one. So usually what I'll do is I'll log in, hit my main base, hit this one. Over there you can see the electromagnetic generators. And then over on the other side, if you follow the line, over there in that copse of trees is right about there. If I want to make them out. There's more atmospheric miners. And then over on the other side of the base, the water is where the copper is mined. So the copper is somewhere over there underneath. And then I have attached to this, go the long way instead of taking the teleporter, my underwater base. Still getting fleshed out. You can tell I like having copper. And it's not carbon. Because again, it's fuel for a lot of things. And again, still got some batteries. I don't really need them. Like I said, I'm still at 1.4. Still pretty decent. Should have taken the shorter way. Come on, keep going down. Ladders in this game are a little bugged. Little desk. Nice view of my underwater base. Over there you can see my bed, where I hang out and relax. And again, the reason I'm showing you this is for more money making. We exit out of here. We've got the Nautilon, which then you can get in and you can and start mining all of these wonderful resources down here, like chlorine, dihydrogen, salt, you know, living pearls, all this other stuff that's very handy. So I'll either just do it by stepping out of here and just mining on foot, or using my submarine and mining this one. So lots of different ways to skin the cat and make some money. So again, it's a lot of fun. I'm going to set up another base soon. That base will probably be an activated iridium, however you call it, farm. But again, it'll work very similar to all these other bases in that basically all you need to do is find an electromagnetic hotspot. And really, I mean, the distance isn't as much of a limit as you would think. You just keep running these light poles. They're very different kinds of light poles. I only have a couple different kinds, so you can use that one, or that one, or that one, and just connect your power to it, because that's the way the power works in the game. As you can see, it just runs a line from one to the other, to the other, and you can just, as long as everything's connected on the same network, it all gets power. So even at night, right now there's no light powering the solar cells on top, and yet when we go in here, I'm still storing 450,000, 1445 available. So anyway, that's pretty much it for the video and for my bases. There's not a whole lot to talk about. I could show off all my nice little 48 slot ships. Oh, and this is another reason to have more than one pad of your base. NPCs will show up with random ships, and if you like one, you can just buy the ship off of them. Or if you need to, you can see what they have available to buy and sell by talking to them. So it's kind of like having a little trading post in your backyard. This is my little ship. I'll show it off just because I like it. Stompar's Robust Revenge. And again, anyone who knows my Star Citizen videos knows that I like combat. And so as such, if we look into technology, I like the positron ejector in this game, and I'm doing 43,570 damage with the darn thing. And if I wanted to take out this guy, it would be one hit. I'm not going to do that. It's a nice NPC who I could have bought from. Switch the positron ejector. As you can see, it takes forever to overheat. And I can wipe out entire squadrons with it. So it's a very Alright everyone, hope you enjoyed the video. Not very in-depth. A lot of this you'll learn as you build your base in the game. They'll run you through it. But just some things to keep in mind when you look to find your original base, a good base setup. If you think it's a good site, it's nice, it's flat, there's not a lot of rocks built up into it, there's not a lot of trees. You'll notice my second base, there's pretty much nothing around it, so I don't have to worry about randomly logging in to find a giant rock pop through the middle of a building or a tree. So I'll put it, kind of out in the open. And I hunted for an electromagnetic hotspot, which you use your analysis visor. Kind of clip through the options. So you got deep level mineral. So you can tell my copper is an A. Gas cloud, which is so far off you can't even pick it up from here. And regular analysis. But you'll use the electric one with lightning bolt. And it'll kind of point you. See here, it's both sides are blinking. If I look the other way, it sends me to the right. Right, right, right. Both blinking. Tells me how far away it is. And that's a C potential. Really, the only thing that means is if it's a B or an A or an S, you're going to need less generators. That's it. And generators aren't super expensive to build. They're only... There's a horn in the background for my daughter's show. 2 metal platings, 60 magnetized ferrite, and 75 chromatic metal. So, pretty much cheaper than a solar panel. So really they're great, and if you can find somewhere with a good hotspot, you can just completely dispense with these solar panels and batteries. The only reason I did it is because honestly I like the look and I like the redundancy in case, again, like they said, they change the mechanics, something bugs in the game. My base is running 24/7 no matter what. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Basically this is 2 bases in one. I got my underwater base and my above water, and this underwater one needs a lot of work. I just put it together today, but I still think it's pretty cool to have the option of having, this being my home away from home, my island getaway. So anyway, everyone, hope you have a good one, and I'm leaving the tree because I think it looks cool. Take care.